What is going on, guys? SKITZ here, back with another coffee talk. The last one was awesome. I'm bringing you another update. It's patch 7.2. I'm making a lot of gold. It's Tuesday reset, but more importantly, it is amazing for e-fixes, for Mythic Plus. I think it's Volcanic and Sanguine. Last week's was miserable, for me at least, as a Resto Shaman. But without further ado, welcome, guys. If you're listening, if it's your morning, afternoon, night, welcome back. This is our 11th, 12th coffee talk, maybe. Amazing. You guys are awesome. So sit back, relax. If you're in the gym, in the car, wherever you at, wherever you have 30 minutes or 45 minutes or an hour to kill, this is catered towards your commute or your spare time, really. So different from my short and sweet guides, I'm going to go over my techniques, my daily routines, basically how I'm making still 100k plus gold per day. And it's really insane. So let's hop right into it. It's Tuesday reset. It's one of my favorite days. I have my cup of coffee right here, chill mode. So basically, I'll go over the auction house, what's selling as I am going over all of these things. You guys will actually see auctions sell as I'm speaking. So if I don't make at least 10k while this coffee talk is going on, I give you guys full permission to come into the stream and demand your own personal 10k. So basically what's happening, let's just check our auctions to see. Okay, so not a bad start already, guys. We have jeweled lockpicks that actually are sold. So this is a great teaching point, jewel crafting wise. People that are farming now, the Centenax farming and their portal farming and the Nether Disruptor, all kinds of stuff, amazing stuff going on in the Broken Shores. A lot more lock boxes are dropping, right? So no matter what lockbox you have, if you make a jeweled lockpick, jewel crafters can make this, or you can have jewel crafters make this for you. It's going to allow you to open all locks that require up to a 750 lockpick skill. So, and the best part about it, guys, it costs one sandgrite to make, which costs like copper. It's very, very, very cheap. So you can sell these, you can sling these for, you know, 65, 69 gold per, 70 gold per, whatever. You know, these are one of those just sleeper items that you put up on the auction house because people go out and farm. They have a lot of lock boxes and they don't know how to open them. They can't find a rogue. This is a multi-purpose tool, the jeweled lockpick, kind of a sleeper item to start this coffee talk that you guys should check out. So I always list those. It costs nothing to make, and if you're not a jewel crafter, you can find someone to make it. It costs, I think the jewel crafting skill to make it is very, very low. So those are selling. Our gems, of course, it's Tuesday reset. Our Saber's Eye, our Masterful Shadow Ruby, Quick Dawn Light, Eye of the Prophecy, those are all selling. Great news. We put up versatile Maelstrom Sapphires, and for those of you, another quick point on these coffee talks, guys, if you can't see the screen, if you're working out, wherever you're doing, if you're driving, don't look at the screen. These are made for your ears. These are made for you to absorb all kinds of great material surrounding World of Warcraft in the current market. So you can, you know, when you get home or when you're done in the gym or when you're done from work or whatever, you can implement all of these things at home, at your computer. So I'm going to go into depth. I will always explain to you the prices and basically paint you a picture if you can't see it yourself. So the versatile Maelstrom Sapphires, I put these up. I put them up for 2,200 gold. The uncut, guys, is selling for like 100 gold, and right now the versatile Maelstrom Sapphires are selling for, the cut versions are selling for upwards of, you know, there's a one up there for 333 gold and then 465, 500, but there's not that many of it. You can't scroll down in Auctionator or TSM, neither of these. So what I'm banking on is enough versatile Maelstroms to sell that it will finally get to my 2,200 per. And worst case scenario, I've had this happen, it's very common. A lot of other jewel crafters will come up behind me right here and they'll buy out all of these cheap ones for 300, 400, 500, 600 gold just so they can throw them up underneath of mine, right, for 2,200 gold. So sometimes people do the undercutting and the resetting of the market for you, and then that just leaves you to go underneath and collect, right? Because you can go in there now and just have a bidding war and go back and forth with whoever undercut you at 2100 that bought out the rest of them for 300 or 400 gold, and then you know, kind of the dirty work is done. So we're gonna go through our gems that sell, or just most, I guess, current throughout Tuesday, and I'm going to briefly touch on why Tuesday's the best time to not only sell gems, guys. These are multi-purpose coffee talks. I know it's jewel crafting heavy because I know literally the nuts and bolts, everything behind jewel crafting, so all of the techniques can be implemented towards other professions. So Tuesday reset, let's talk about it. One quick sip of coffee. If you guys are sipping anything right now, cheers. Okay, so basically what happens on Tuesday, guys, is this is the most beneficial time for new characters, for current characters, for mains, alts, to scoop up new gear. And what do I mean by that? Tuesday's the only time that you can walk into your class hall, open up your cache, your chest, get a piece of gear with a socket. Cool. There's a chance for an enchant. There's a chance for a socket to put a gem in there. There's all kinds of opportunity for upgrades on Tuesday. It's sickening. You can go out into the Broken Shore, kill the world boss, get a piece of 900 plus gear with a socket. You can enchant it. You can do all kinds of stuff with that, right? You can go into the Broken Isles, kill that world boss, get an upgraded piece of gear with a slot. Same thing, right? This is when Nighthold resets. All of your normal Nighthold, your heroic, your mythic Nighthold, all of your progressions, all of Tuesday resets. This is when the brand new affixes come out for your mythic plus dungeons. Like, for instance, right now, Volcanic Sanguine, amazing on NA Realms right now. So if you don't think massive amounts of people are pushing for their 15 plus, 20 plus mythic this week, you're wrong. That's what's going to be happening. So a lot more people doing mythics, a lot more people doing raids, a Tuesday reset, you know, so on and so forth. You're going to have a lot of stuff sell, not only gems. Let's, you know, kind of spiral off from gems now to appeal to a majority of a different kind of market. Your defiled, your ruins, all of your potions, all of your consumables, your food. As you guys can see here, or if you can't see, what has also sold in between my gems here is my Barracuda. My Nightborn platters are pretty stacked. I'll show you that right now. Nightborn delicacy platters. I know you guys are used to getting rid of all of these materials at crazy prices, and it sucks now because the blood of Sargeras, the vendors out in Dalaran, and if people had zero professions, which they do, you can go out with the Boon of the Blood Hunter enchant, go nuts, go farm crazy, go out into the Broken Shores, do your world quest, and you can gather up hundreds of bloods. On the topic of bloods, rumor has it, and I did test it, the Centenax farm, the Portal farm, the beacons that dropped blood strikes that allowed you and your party to scoop up multiple bloods in a group. You could just click off of the huge damage it did to you. Apparently that has been nerfed, and I can confirm that. I'm not sure how hard. I haven't touched that farm for very long, but I will go back and report. But the best way to farm bloods, again, guys, is going to be skinning. Number one, if you have a herbalist, you can do seed raids, I believe. If you get rank 3 Fellwort, that has like a guaranteed chance to drop blood. So a lot of different ways to make that. If you don't have professions, you can go spam regular, just spam Legion Heroics, awesome way to farm bloods, or your Mythic 0 dungeons, I like to call them. So no Mythic Plus, just your regular Mythics that you do throughout the week. Awesome way to scoop up your blood. So yeah, guys, with that being said, the bloods have a terrible way of ruining the market, and you guys are nodding your heads right now listening to this, because here's a perfect example, right? Nightborn delicacy platter, we're right here. If we look into cooking, you guys don't look, I'm going to tell you the mats that are required for your Nightborn delicacy platter, right? So your Barracuda, the Barracuda Blaga, you guys know what I'm talking about. It takes one of those at rank 3. It takes 20 gem chips, 1 Starlight Rose, 5 eggs, and 10 snails. So the eggs and the snails, easy, right, to scoop up. Both crafting reagents. You can scoop up the snails from the vendor. The eggs are easy to come by. They cost copper, silver. But more importantly, what is the big bulk of this, right? The Barracuda, we'll look into that later on, into the ingredients, the mats for the Barracuda, because if you're going to buy out a market or you're going to list say Nightborn Delicacy platters at a certain price, you better make sure all the markets underneath of that coexist with what you listed the high-end food at, because if not, someone's going to buy out all of those cheap markets under you, undercut your end game goals. So gem chips, traditionally these were expensive, they were lucrative in cooking, they still are, but if you look at the price right now, I'll check for you, gem chips on Kel'Thuzad Alliance, it's not going to be very, very high. Probably per gem chip it'll be sub 20 gold, which is still not bad. It's 17 gold per gem chip, but this is the reason why people will take bloods, go to the vendor, mass buy Fell Slate, and mass prospect it for the gems, for the gem chips, and then just dump it on the auction house. Same thing with the Starlight Rose. Massive amounts of bloods, you go to the vendor. What do you think Starlight Rose is going for right now? You don't even want me to tell you because it'll make you sick. I'm not even an herbalist, guys, but I remember the launch of Legion, how much all these were going for. They're going for 14 gold per, 15 gold per for Starlight Rose. So this brings me to my next point. I'm going to look up the Barracuda right now, the materials on that, just to show you guys on this topic. So I'm selling these at 22 gold per. Let's check out the mats for Barracuda. So Ley Blood is going for what? You need 5 of those. They're going for a couple gold per, 7 gold per. The Black Barracuda, right? Also something you can scoop up from fishing and the vendor. 17 gold per, cheap. The butter and the onion you can also scoop up. So guys, this brings me to my 7.2 kind of crown jewel that I want to get across to you again. I want to re-implement this from my last coffee talk, and if you haven't checked out the other 10 plus, if you have time to kill, I know times have changed patch to patch, but the techniques, all of the ways to go at different professions and how to talk to people and interact and be a decent human being. And you guys read those tips sometimes in WoW where it's like a little bit goes a long way, where you build relationships. It does. People cut gems for me now for free, for tipping them well a certain time, but months go on, and for you to be able to, I'm going to open my bag right now. I have 30 Eye of Prophecies already cut, 61 Masterful Shadow Rubies already cut. I've almost sold out of my 30 plus Quick Dawn Lights. I'm going to go back and show you guys real quick. Let's do an update on everything that is selling right now. I'm going to relist while we're talking. So everything that you list throughout peak hours of Tuesday, you want to make sure that you are checking back to make sure everything is up. Also, another great teaching point, if for instance right here, okay, I have 9 stacks of 1-up for Deadly Eye of Prophecy. They're a little bit over 1100 per. The person that undercut me by 1 gold at 4 stacks of 1 for the same price. So his are up 4 stacks of 1 for 1,127 gold, 99 silver, 99 copper. So he undercut me by literally 1 copper. I am going to delist all of these and I'm going to relist them, and or I could just click off, and then I already have these made in my bag, so I can just relist these underneath. If and only if this gentleman or lady had these Deadly Eye of Prophecies up, let's say for instance he listed 5 at like 600 gold cut, do not undercut him or her. It's Tuesday. As we're talking, guys, another buyer has been found for my Masterful Shadow Ruby. We've now sold 6 gems while I've been talking. So while this is going on, you do not want to undercut him or her at 600 because it's Tuesday, and I will bite the bullet, and you guys need to bite the bullet no matter if it's gems or runes or potions or whatever. Let them sell. They will sell. People are buying them up so fast. Excuse me for that follow notification. That is my twitch.tv/itskits. I'm live every single night going over all kinds of stuff, viewer raids, all kinds of great stuff like that. So you guys definitely check that out. All of these things go back to Tuesday reset, because every single time you undercut somebody that basically undercut you by that much. So if I listed something close to 1,200 gold, they put something for 600 gold up and I undercut them. If those do not sell immediately and you start a trend of massive people undercutting you, you just ruined the market for not only the day, but the week. So if anybody undercuts you huge, oh my gosh, guys, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 quick dawn lights just sold back to back to back. This gentleman or lady has bought these for the raids. That's not for him. He might be a GM or he might be stocking up for himself because he knows he's going to do multiple raids tonight. He's going to be prepared. So I'm going to dig into my quick dawn lights. I'm going to craft another 7 here quickly and get them up on the auction house. If they sell, I will prospect and or buy raw dawn lights to craft, because again, guys, if you can't find cheap fell slate to prospect, the uncut gem is typically going for a lot less than your cut gem. So all you have to worry about is the bloods. So worst case scenario, if you can't farm a lot of bloods, or excuse me, fell slate, you can check. I'll look right now. So dawn light, excuse me, dawn light, the uncut, coffee break, is going for 800 gold, guys. The quick dawn light is going for over 1,500 gold. If I can farm my own bloods and stock up for Tuesday reset a couple hundred throughout the week, you're gonna make a killing. Let's check out shadow rubies. 928 gold. The cut version is going for almost 1,700. Still, guys, I always rule of thumb, if there's more than a 500 gold gap in between the uncut and the cut, I'm always crafting. Whether it's with my bloods or somebody else's bloods, I'll tip 200 or 250 a blood. Always, 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 always. Because, guys, again, the prices have fallen from the release of Legion so much that if you guys are listening, some of you might be fortunate enough to have your prices at 2,500, 3,000 plus per gem. But for a majority of us, they've tanked. And what that means is people are still making great gold, but the gems aren't as expensive. So they're going to sell very, 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 very fast. Guys, as you just saw here, we're going to relist our quick dawn lights we did. We have sold, since this coffee talk has been going on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 quick dawn lights, 3 masterful shadow rubies, and a deadly eye of prophecy have all sold since we've been doing this coffee talk. So it's Tuesday reset, just to put that I guess really into perspective how powerful the Tuesday reset is, again, with the free gear for opening chests and just, you know, having your mythic keystone done the previous week implements, or if you guys didn't know, the higher the keystone you complete the week before, the higher chance of upgraded gear you have and artifact power. Everything correlates with what you did the previous week, what mythic keystone plus keystone that you completed. So all of the gems are selling, all the food is selling, all the consumables that get you ready for raid week, that get you ready to spam die over and over in the mage tower in the broken shores. You can use pots and flasks and food and all that kind of stuff. So people are buying consumables for all kinds of things now. Mythic Gul'dan has been killed, yes, but a majority of the guilds and the progression people are still, you know, weaseling their way through, including myself, because I plug everything and do everything majority for the stream. And my followers on YouTube and on Twitch, we just kind of get through at a decent pace, but still get done what needs to be done. So that's my Tuesday progression. I will always go back and I will always check the Saber's Eye. Yes, it takes a lot more to make those, but again, the prices have fallen, but they are selling like hotcakes. So Saber's Eye of Agility, Intellect, and Strength, all 3 of these are selling. When we move into our green gems, so when I talk about green gems, I'm talking about our versatile Maelstrom, our deep deadly amber, deadly deep amber, masterful queen's opal, quick azunite, and versatile skystone. These are all your plus 100 stat gems. And if you guys do not check these on a regular basis, I'm going to do it live right now, you guys are mistaken. So a lot of people don't have the gold capital that we have that are watching or don't have hundreds of thousands or millions of gold. And by the way, we're back up to almost 2 million liquid, 1.7. We've given away 500K on stream since the last 2 weeks have gone by. So we make some gold, we give a lot of gold away on stream, nightly giveaways, always at least 10, 20,000 gold. So all of these definitely check. They are dirt right now. They're selling for 6, 7, and 8 gold, so I'm staying away from them. But it's a great gem to check up on, just to make sure that it didn't sell out. And you have to pay attention to all of your markets. Like you guys saw with these versatile Maelstrom Sapphires, they started with almost 100 on here from last night. They're trickling down. I'm not getting into it, but I listed mine up at 2,200 gold in hopes that people are so lazy and just think that this gem is trash, which it is. The blue gem of every expansion has been the most prospected always, but it's still, the versatile Maelstrom Sapphire is still a very hot selling gem. It sells well, but it's a lot cheaper. So hopefully by the end of tonight, these will even out and balance out. If not, do not, if you're listening, please do not waste your precious bloods on cutting versatile Maelstrom Sapphires. Get another jewel crafter to do it. Worst case, if you see a spike in the price, you can craft, you know, 5 or 10 to see if they sell. But save your bloods. I primarily save them for my Saber's Eye, if those are selling well. But the Maelstrom, excuse me, the Masterful Shadow Ruby and the Quick Dawnlight sell so fast and so well that I typically try to save my bloods for those two 150 stat gems as well. So that is our cooking and our jewel crafting. Like I said, a lot of the consumables are going to sell relatively fast on Tuesday reset. And let's check and see all of our prices right now. Let's go back and see if anything got undercut. So Deadly Eye of Prophecy, they got undercut. 5 stacks of 1 at 1,100 gold just undercut me. Mine were at 1,127 gold, so I am going to get into this with him. He undercut me by 27 gold, but it's 5 stacks, and I can't miss out on that window to sell more than 5. So the Deadly Eye, the Prophecy, selling for anything above 1,000 gold for me right now is perfect. I will get into this with him. If he put him up for, you know, 900 gold or 800 gold, that is about where I would bite the bullet and be like, okay, let those 5 sell through. I know they're going to sell through. Someone will, you know what I mean, just scoop them up real quick. But like I said, going back, guys, if we look at the uncut version of the Eye of the Prophecy, we'll be able to tell right here that there's a 500 gold gap between both of these, and we've already had the prophecies cut, so we're going to list these up. We'll just have to get rid of them. So Deadly Eye of the Prophecy, let's check one more time. We're good. Those are great. Let's check the gem chip price again. And like I said, guys, I have gem chips. I like to hold out on selling those outright, because just in case the consumable market fluctuates, in case all of the food fluctuates, the gem chip market will automatically fluctuate with that. So I hold on to these periodically just in case I want to craft Nightborn delicacy platters myself. I'm not going to get into that market right now. Let's check on our Masterful Shadow Rubies. They are up, beautiful, 7 stacks of 1. Let's clear out so you guys can see, as I just said that, another 2, 3 gems have sold. Let's check our auctions. 2 more Masterful Shadow Rubies have just sold for almost 1,700 gold. So like I said, guys, in this coffee talk right now, we've already made, let's lowball it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We've already made 15,000 gold plus in the half an hour or 25 minutes I've had you guys so far. So proof is in the pudding. I would never teach you guys any technique or any different way, or tell you how to do anything a different way if it didn't actually work. And you guys have come into my live stream day in and day out and actually been like, yo, Skits, thanks a lot, bro. I'm not paying for WoW ever again. I know it sucks. And guys, I am like, I'm smiling right now. I'm gonna take a sip of coffee real quick. I'm gonna tell you what's up. I'm smiling right now because I know how juicy it was, guys. The launch Legion, like selling Saber's Eye, speaking of, that just sold. So my Saber's Eye just sold for 5,300 gold. I remember pushing these for 15,000 gold, guys. So times have changed. Botters are hopefully weeding themselves out. The Honor Buddy case, I think, is getting wrapped up where they're getting clobbered for like almost $8 million. Blizzard finally won that. So hopefully we can move them out. But like I said, as long as the Blood vendor is up, almost like the Spirit of Harmony vendor in the previous expansion, it's going to be rough on the economy. So cheap initial mats equals cheap gems equals, you know, just cheap everything. But the root of everything is your bloods. If you can farm a lot of bloods, you can pump out gems. The gems are going to sell fast. You just have to work with the times. That's basically what it comes down to, guys. So let's check. Let's go back through while we're here. Also, Nether Shard Essence. This is another great farming tip. This is very common and this is very lucrative because the Centenax portal farming, the beacon farming, as you guys have seen on my video, I get them out immediately. So if you guys haven't subbed to the channel, make sure you do that. Not necessarily for my benefit, but when I put a video out that is so lucrative that it's like level 100 to 110 in an hour, which we did to like 10 characters on my live stream, I want you guys to get the jump initially. I want you to get the jump, and I want it to benefit you before it gets nerfed, before you come into my live stream like a week and a half later and are like, my fingers hurt, it doesn't work, you ruined it. You know what I'm saying? I want you guys to be able to get on the cusp of, you know, everything that comes out that is hot. So another quick Dawnlight has just sold while we're speaking. That with that being said, the Nether Shard Essence have spiked because the shards are not as easily obtainable anymore. Still pretty lucrative. The bloods aren't as easily obtainable anymore from the portal, from the Centenax farm, but it's still not too terrible. But with that being said, I think I saved up a majority of mine, and I have almost 70,000 nether shards. So if you guys want and you're listening to this, comment. I wouldn't mind going and blowing like 50,000 on the gambling inside the cave. That would be fun for a video, and we can kind of just, you know, have fun and maneuver with that. Or we can spend it on the gear. I heard if you want a specific relic or a certain slot of gear, you can take 5,000 nether shards, turn it in for the epic chance on, you know, upgrade gear, and as you click on it, you can buy, you know, 10 of them, and as I guess it's just RNG, maybe an epic upgrade or legendary upgrade, you know, so on and so forth. So whatever you guys want to see me do, gold's not a problem, nether shards aren't a problem. I don't mind blowing them or doing some fun stuff with the nether shards for you guys' benefit. So let me know what you guys want to do with that. The Pandemonite in the Fury Stone, great teaching point here. I did not list these up because they were kind of tanked, not tanked, but they were below 2,400. They're back up to 3K now still. Pandemonite are used in a lot of crafting reagents. Speaking of crafting reagents, they buffed jewel crafting leveling, so there's different ways and avenues you can make leveling 1 to 800 work now. And when you get up to 780, I know you don't have to grind out like your rank 3 neck recipes anymore. There's different ways to do that. So I 100% am going to get a guide out 1 to 800 in patch 7.2 with jewel crafting. I will supplement the gold on a different account. I might send over a couple 100,000 gold. I already have a jewel crafter, but just for your guys' sake, for your benefit, I'm going to show you how to get to 800 in the fastest way possible, in the cheapest way possible. So if you'd like to see that, also comment that in the description below, or in the comment section below, and we'll get on that as well. So our Fury Stone will leave there at 1K. I'm going to chill on that. The Pandemonite I will list. Let's go back and let's check through our Saber's Eye of Strength. They're great. Saber's Eye of Agility. I'm gonna... Okay, here we go. Perfect example, guys. So, my Saber's Eye of Agility, I've been selling those throughout the day. Almost 7,000 gold. I have 7 stacks of 1 for almost 6,900 gold. Those are mine. Somebody just undercut me for 4 stacks of 1 for 5,500 gold, right? That's over 1,100 gold more than my Saber's Eye of Agility. It's only 4 stacks. It's Tuesday reset. I'm biting the bullet. Those are going to sell out, and I'm going to continue to sell my Saber's Eye of Agility. Of course, I'll check back in 20-30 minutes if the train has gone down below and people are undercutting even below that gentleman or that lady. Then I will 100% jump back into the undercutting. But great teaching point there. Let that marinate for a second and see if these will sell out. Saber's Eye of Strength just sold as we're talking about that. So again, a recap. Saber's Eye of Strength, 5,300 gold just sold. Quick Dawnlight, I've sold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of those, and roughly 5 Masterful Shadow Rubies, and some some Deadly Eye of the Prophecy. So everything looks good right now. Let's go back through our Quick Dawnlight, see if those need relisting. They don't. There's 6 stacks of 1 up, and that is all I have left. So, you know what? Let's check from last night to right now. Let's see what our mailbox looks like. So let's take our gems out first so we can relist those, and then I'm going to go through and just open all from Postal. I also use Postal still. With patch 7.2 they implemented a open all button that's stock, but Postal will track how much gold, so I can report back to you guys and you can see, you know, per batch what you guys have. So wow, looks like from last night prepping and from today, already this morning, Tuesday reset. I'm not even live on my stream yet, guys, so tonight is going to go crazy. Let's just see how much gold we've made from gems, consumables, and a couple jeweled lockpicks. So coffee break, and let's open all. And if you guys want, you can hear it, and if you want to briefly look over, I have my screen up where the gold rush is coming through. My favorite, absolute favorite part of Tuesday reset. I'm such a nerd. I love it. I love hanging out with you guys. I cannot wait to grab our sub button on Twitch and further this process and branch off into more videos with WoW. So 75,000 gold. You guys can see here 75,773 gold I have looted just from last night and this morning. That is from gems, consumables, and I'm going to scroll up. I saw one other big chunk, not 100%. Okay, I did sell an elixir of the rapid mind for 18,000 gold. So still, guys, 75,000 gold minus 18k, and the mailbox was full. We're gonna go re-loot here. We have more. Go figure. We have another almost 6,000 gold. So that's very powerful, guys. All of these are pending. These will come in throughout the day. On Monday, before your reset, what I do, very, 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 very easy to gather up your bloods throughout the week. Go scoop up, guys. They give you the tools that you need to be successful to make gold, right? If you're going to gather up, look at this, Fell Slate. $19 gold per Fell Slate. I'm going to tell you what I did earlier today. I'm going to do it right now. Let's do a live sample. I'm not going to tell you about it. I am going to tell you about it, but let's just buy up some stuff and we're going to prospect it live to show you the power of this, okay? So each Fell Slate is under 20 gold per, right? We're going to buy these up in a random just order. We have one stack of 24 for 478 gold. And mind you, each mass prospect costs 20 Fell Slate per. Yes, I'm mass prospecting. You can single prospect if you'd like. I have enough gold now where it's all just hit or miss. I don't like gem weaving. It's, you know, Time consuming. It will work if you're trying to level jewel crafting with mining and you're after specific gems. I would not be opposed to gem weaving. That is basically, if you guys have no idea what that is, there is a video on my YouTube channel, or if you just search, it's popular enough now in the in just regular YouTube, how to properly prospect. Or if you type in SKITZ, how to properly prospect, that will give you almost like the Bill Nye Science guy behind how to properly prospect, how you get the gems, why you're getting the gems you're getting, what the gem chips mean, all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to open up my mailbox again here after a quick reload. And we're going to go into jewel crafting tab. Let's see how many we have. Okay, so we have a whopping 6 times we can mass prospect. Okay, I'm going to open up this. I always RNG for good luck, pop my healing cooldowns, healing rain, and then I'm going to create all, okay, to see if we get anything. So right there, the first proc, if you guys can see it, I'm going to tell you what we got. I just mass prospected a whopping 6 batches from the peanuts we just bought the fell slate for, under 20 gold per. I got 6 shadow rubies. Okay, now let's go back and check what we're selling our shadow rubies for and how fast we're selling them. You guys just saw there. If you didn't, I'm going to scroll back up and show you guys. Shadow rubies, gem chips, all kinds of green gems. And again, guys, the green gems can be used very, if you use them and you pay attention to all your markets, there will be one way or another to use your gem chips to benefit. Even if you spam make obliterum, 1 green gem at a time, you still can do something with your gem chips. So you guys just saw the shadow rubies, right? And we bought up those for peanuts. They're selling for 1,700 gold per, guys. We got 6 of them. So let's just lowball it and say we're selling them at 1,000 gold per. So 6,000 gold if we sold all of those shadow rubies. We put in a whopping, what, like 1,500 gold to buy the fell slate? Not even. I'm telling you guys, proof is in the pudding. You guys need to try it. You guys need to take advantage of all of the dirt cheap materials that you have, that you're exposed to. All the fell slate, all of your cheap herbs. It can be turned into a lot of different shuffles, a lot of different ways to make great gold. So here we go. Let's go back, check our versatile Maelstrom sapphires. They are selling to the point, guys, where if there weren't 12 stacks of 1 and 10 stacks of 1, I would have already reset this market right here. I would have first checked /who all of the jewel crafters that currently have these gems listed on the market, because number 1, if they're on for Tuesday reset, just like I am, and I see that 17 of my versatile Maelstrom sapphires just sold, guess what I'm going to do? Make another 17 and put them up. You have to make sure you're resetting markets, you're doing things kind of under the radar, because the last thing you want to do is in trade chat put up the bat symbol. And what I mean by the bat symbol, I go over this in all my coffee talks. When you type /2 and go into trade chat and you're like, hey, looking for jewel crafter, need 100 gems cut, you know, please send tell. Every single jewel crafter is going to look at that and be like, wow, something's going on. I bet, you know, something's selling. I bet, you know, SKITZ is always looking for a jewel crafter in trade chat. Why? Let's look at the gem prices. And then you just bring a lot more competition to something that you should be just... This video is your gateway into knowing how to deal with people in trade chat and how to really just fly under the radar. You asking... if I basically told you these gems are selling, so on and so forth, you would sell them. But if I didn't tell you not to do certain things in trade chat, I think a majority of you guys, and correct me if I'm wrong, would you know, go out and look and spam for different gems and just bring more attention to it. So it's better to know about it and to absorb the material for free on my YouTube channel than to actually, you know, pry in trade chat and bring more attention. So let's check out again all of the materials we have here. Our Shadow Rubies, they're up, they're not undercut. Our Eye of Prophecies are up, not undercut. Quick Dawn Lights are up and not undercut. There's 6 stacks of 1. I'm running out of bloods. I used over 100 this morning, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to buy the regular uncut Dawn Light, and I'm going to craft. How many bloods do I have left, Skits? Let's check it out right now. We have 7 bloods left. We're going to buy these 7 stacks of 1, and we're going to get rid of this on the auction house. We're going to list these up. So I'm fresh out of bloods, not a problem at all. Once I get off YouTube, off recording, I will go and I will incognito. Basically what I do is /2 looking for jewel crafter, comma, doesn't have to be high level, please send tell, with a smiley face or a heart or something, not to be that dude, but just something inviting. My other coffee talks go over how to properly talk to people, to be a decent human, to get things done, how to approach people, how to not bring up the price of bloods before you cut. A lot of things to save you a lot of gold and to make a lot of gold. So that's the most important thing. If you never had to pay for WoW ever again, that would make me very, very, very happy. If you came back on my live stream and were like, Skits, I haven't paid for WoW in 6 months, dude. Your gold guides have saved me a lot of time and effort and money in the long run. Seriously, IRL money, that would mean the world to me. So here we go. Again, all of our gems are up. They look great. I'm going to check the price again of our Nightborn Delicacy Platters. These are a great thing to reset sometimes because, great teaching point, when you look at all of the food that Nami is burning, he now is doing prepared ingredients, and if you don't have the rank 3 Nightborn Delicacy Platter, it's not something you can just go out and get, right? You have to go through the process of, you know, burning a lot of food and prepared ingredients and this and that. So if I were to reset this market here, which I could, what drives me away is the heavy stacks of 20, the 16, the 20 stacks, all of the big stacks of 20. That's what drives me away. But if you were to reset it, it wouldn't be a bad idea because you can't just whip out a gem and a blood and craft these. You have to get your Barracuda and your gem chips and go get your Starlight Rose and go get your snails from the cooker, from the cooking vendor in Dalaran, and your eggs and all that kind of stuff. So if you don't have it on deck, you're going to really not be... I mean, if you don't have it pre-made for Tuesday reset, you're not going to go out of your way to go throw all that back and onto the auction house. So as we're talking again, guys, let's go over what just sold during this coffee talk. We have I'm going to just list you what sold because it's out of order. Deadly Eye of Prophecy, Saber's Eye of Strength, Quick Dawn Light, Saber's Eye of Strength, 2 Masterful Shadow Rubies, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Quick Dawn Lights at once, another 3 Masterful Shadow Rubies, a Deadly Eye of Prophecy, some Barracuda, the food Barracuda, I'm not going to mess up the name, you guys know what I'm talking about, and a majority of all of the rest of this is throughout last night and today, guys. Tuesday reset, huge opportunity for you guys to cash in on, again, everybody doing their Mythic Plus spam. This week is going to be insane, guys. If you're listening from NA, it is sanguine and volcanic. People are going to be doing carry groups. People are going to be getting their Keystone Master achievements. I'm going to be doing free Mythic Plus 3 chest carries on my live stream every single night. You guys know the drill. So definitely do not pay for your game subscriptions. Do not pay for your carries. Come into the live stream. Bring your boys, your grills. Bring the good vibes, and we will take care of you guys. So that is what I'm doing right now, typically on my Tuesday. I do know a lot of my other friends are in the Defiled, let me pull up these, the Defiled Ruins. Basically what they do is they increase your stats, agility, intellect, or strength by 325 for an hour. So these sell relatively well, and if these are scattered price-wise, they're an amazing thing to reset. So we're going to go back into a couple of the older farms to finish this coffee talk up. Not the older farms, but if you're not at a high level and you're listening to this coffee talk and you're like, man, Skits, I want to pick up a profession and just see if I can sling some cheaper materials, what do I do? So what I like to do, my favorite pre-Legion farm is always going to be my Ghost Iron ore. So what happens with Ghost Iron ore? Legion flying was implemented, and now it's amazing because you can herb, you can mine, you can do everything from your Sky Golem herbing wise, but just flying in general increases how many nodes per hour you can scoop up. But your Ghost Iron ore is your main ingredient, is your starting point to make your Sky Golem. What do I mean by that? If you farm Ghost Iron ore, it's awesome. Another side note, let me look through my bag while I'm rambling. Here we go, the Mist Piercing Goggles, okay? It's gonna allow you to see additional mining nodes and herbs while in Pandaria. So when you go out, and if you go out to herb or urban mine in Pandaland, you're going to make sure you have your Mist Piercing Goggles. You don't have to have them equipped. You just have to equip them once, make them soulbound, and then you can put them back in your bag. It also reads and lets you know, while these goggles are very fashionable, they don't need to be worn on your melon for their special benefits. So just have them on while you're going to farm the Ghost Iron ore. So Ghost Iron ore sells amazing outright, but even what sells even more, your Ghost Iron bar, right? Because Ghost Iron ore, 2 ore, you can turn into 1 bar. The bars are selling for hotcakes, guys, and what's even more amazing than that, you can take the bars, send them over to a transmute master, and then you can transmute your Ghost Iron bars into Trillium. And there's no cooldown on this. If you have Spirits of Harmony with your Ghost Iron bars, you can just spam transmute Trillium. And look at the price of Trillium, guys, almost 250 gold per, and that's not where it stops. Trillium then will go into your main ingredient for your Sky Golem, Living Steel, going for almost 2,000 gold per bar, and that is very, very, very lucrative. So a lot of old farms people don't dig up, people don't see the value in. This is a great old farm for you guys to check out because the Ghost Iron ore sells awesome outright. If it's not selling great, or you can see a lot of cheap Ghost Iron ore, buy it and smelt it. If the Ghost Iron bars aren't selling relatively well, no worries. Either sell it outright, but if it's not, you know, the prices are terrible, don't sell it, then you can transmute it to Trillium. Trillium's not selling great, transmute it to Living Steel. There's always going to be one kink or one link in the chain that's going to be popping off at one time or another. And with flying implemented in Legion and a lot more people getting there, I think my pleb booty is still, we'll get there tonight on my live stream. Actually, we'll be revered with Legion Fall tonight, and we'll be able to scoop that up, and then we'll be able to just, you know, go around and herb and mine and scoop up all kinds of great materials a lot more efficient now, world quests, so on and so forth. So let's go through and let's check our, always guys, we're undercut. Okay, here we go. So our Masterful Shadow Ruby, our 11 stacks of 1 got undercut by 1 gold, 6 stacks of 11. We're gonna go back, we're gonna put 10 stacks of 1 underneath of those, right? Because it's not so deep of an undercut, excuse me, as I just listed those guys. 1 just sold. The power of Tuesday, you guys can look over right now. Not if you're driving, but look over right now. A buyer's been found for your auction of Masterful Shadow Ruby. It just sold 20 seconds ago, okay? It's insane, guys. Tuesday's insane. Guilds are buying up all kinds of stuff. Individual people are prepping for their night, and the affixes are great. You guys need to take full advantage of that. Let's check on our Pandemonite. Still great. and our versatile Maelstrom Sapphires. Not looking too shabby. It's kind of catching up. We're almost there. Saber's Eye of Agility. Haven't budged yet. It's okay. We're not gonna deviate from the plan there. Again, guys, remember. So they're listed for 6,500 now. They were listed for 50 something hundred. So he took those down, and now there's about a 400 gold difference between mine and his. I am going to get back into this market now. I'm going to undercut him, because when it comes down to it, the Saber's Eyes that are selling are for roughly 5k gold. This one, there's always one Saber's Eye that spikes. This is selling for about 1,000 gold more, so I don't mind. The cost of mats are very, very cheap. I don't mind pushing these out for just under 6,500, so we'll undercut him, and those are great. So Saber's Eye of Agility are up. They look great. Saber's Eye of Strength are up. Those also look great. Quick Dawn Lights, quick check. 13 stacks of 1, ready to rock and roll. Obliterum, guys, we always check our Obliterum. In this last little piece of the coffee talk, I'm going to go through my bag and just click on random things to see if I forgot any you know, lucrative little side hustles that I have here with gold making and not kind of the mainstream. But Masterful Shadow Rubies are always good. And guys, once you relist your gems, it's important to delist the ones that were gapped right before you got undercut, because then when you go to the auction house to collect your gold and your gems, you'll have those in your bag to then be able to always relist on the spot and not run back to the auction house. So you'll have them on hand if you need to relist immediately. And I can't tell you enough times, guys, that I've relisted ASAP and they've sold just as I've relisted them. So it's very important to have them up and to always have your gems on the auction house. Check your uncut prices. If you don't have fell slate, if you can't find cheap fell slate, do not use your bloods to go to the vendor to buy fell slate to prospect. Please do not do that. People are already doing that for you. People are already trying to scrap up a small amount of gold to get by, and that's when you take the fell slate, you buy it up, you do all that kind of stuff. So I hope this coffee talk helped. I decided I would go more in depth of what I actually do on Tuesday. I'm actually clicking through my progression so you guys actually can see and hear the prices and what I do in certain situations. So the Nightborn Delicacy Platter, we're going to look at those again and see what's going on. They're catching up, guys, and it's selling, and I know it's selling because I pretty stacked these in stacks of 10, and they weren't even on the map, and now I can see that all of these are catching up. So definitely off of this coffee talk, I think I'm going to buy all these out and reset them just to show you the power of no, we're not. We're gonna reset it now, because what? No, we're not doing that. I'm going to buy right now this entire stock of Nightborn Delicacy Platters off the auction house. They're right now going for 49. This is a great time for me to sip my coffee too. They're going for 49 gold per, and for someone to make these and relist them, it would not be difficult at all, right? It would not be difficult at all, but you would have to have all the materials, 1, and number 2, you would have to have rank 3 of the Nightborn Delicacy Platter. You can get away with crafting rank 1, rank 2 of the platter because the materials are so cheap, but you're going to be nickel and diming really your chances of making your full potential of of the gold. So I'm going to take my stacks down. I'm going to relist these at 70. We're not going to get too crazy because, like I said, guys, if you buy out a market, for instance, Quick Dawn Lights, and they're up for, I don't know, 1,500 gold, and you buy them all out and you relist them for 3,900, you got to be realistic, guys. Someone's going to see that and they're going to undercut you, not by 3,900. They might for 5 or 10 minutes, but they're going to chunk it back down to the normal price that they've seen it at for that previous week or that previous month. They know what they've been buying it at. So because there's 50 stacks of 10 up here of Nightborne Delicacy Platters, I'm going to relist at, we'll just do like $69.99.99, okay? Or sometimes I get caught up in relisting the entire, you know, everything here, but 50 stacks of 10 is a lot, guys. You can't be greedy. It's going to sell fast. It's going to sell while this coffee talk is going on and before it even ends. And I'm going to show you the power of the consumables, not only your potions, your gems, you know, your everyday items that you need to raid with and do Mythic Plus with, but your actual, you know, consumables, your food. So that's plenty right there. We're going to pretty stack these, and if you guys haven't checked out on how to pretty stack items, also a short and sweet video on my YouTube channel. I put them up in stacks of 5, stacks of 10, and also stacks of 20. So let's tab out and tab back in. Let's put these up, 37 stacks of 10 at $69.99.99. All right, so these will go up, and I'm sure as I am putting the rest of these up from the mailbox onto the auction house, they are going to sell. Nightborne Delicacy Platters are still a hot commodity. After 10 seconds of eating, you will gain 375 mastery for that hour, and it does not last through death. So once again, when you're over in the Broken Shores, in the Mage Tower, getting your booty smacked off over and over again, you can just keep eating, and guilds also put all this stuff into their budget. So it's not unusual that you have multiples listed up in stacks of 10, 5, 20, and your entire screen lights up from sold auctions, because guilds are prepping, and they have fully funded guilds and guild banks that are prepping for the raids. So here are 37 stacks of 10. We're going to put up 15 stacks of 20. We're going to go back to the auction, or go back to the mailbox, scoop up the rest of our Nightborne Delicacy Platters, and then put them up in stacks of 5. Coffee break. Hope you guys are having a great day. If you have any extra input or any extra topics that I touch on that you want to hear more about, I think the leveling 1 to 800 jewel crafting wise is a very hot commodity, especially since patch 7.2 changed everything. So I'm definitely going to get that one out for you guys. So it's just going to be a matter of funding another character with gold and starting from scratch. So stacks of 20, stacks of 10 are up. We're going to put these in stacks of 5. So we have 49 stacks of 5 that are about to go up. We're going to go check through our progression again from our gems and everything else we have listed up, and we're going to go from there. I will update you guys, and then I will give you a scenario, and basically this is the best time to talk about it because it's real time. It's Tuesday reset. The most action is going back and forth. So this is the best time for me to kind of talk over and commentate what I do to make a lot of gold on a day-to-day basis. So Versatile Maelstrom Sapphires, just checked on them. They are still listed up at 2,200 gold mine. These haven't caught up yet, but I will leave those there. We'll check on those in a little bit. Saber's Eye of Strength up. They are good. 3 stacks of 1 up. We are perfect. Saber's Eye of Agility. They are up for 6,500. 6 stacks of 1. Perfect. Our Quick Dawnlight is up. 13 stacks of 1 at 1,500 gold per. They are not undercut. We are going to check Obliterum, which has crashed and will probably never rebound in my opinion. The only time I get away with selling Obliterum at my price is when I list it in stacks of 2 or 4 or 8. Sometimes you have to trick. Pretty stacking works wonders, and people are lazy, and sometimes I get away with selling the Obliterum in crazy stacks. So right now I have 75 stacks of 2 at about 2,200 gold per Obliterum up. It's nowhere near the price, but there's very little other stacks of 2, so hopefully when those sell out, they will push over to mine. A buyer has been found for my masterful Shadow Ruby as we're speaking. Let's check on our platters again. always when you reset a market, you need to catch up with it. There's no sense in resetting a market, going AFK MySpace for 4 hours and then coming back and you're like, why didn't anything sell? Because number one, the stuff that you bought and reset, girls could have been online and saw that and put stuff up immediately after it sold. So you need to stay current with the markets that you reset, at least for that hour or 2 hours, and then you can kind of let it marinate. So Nightborn platters are up 20, 10, and 5 stacks. They look great. Masterful Shadow Ruby, 7 stacks of 1. Let's funnel these back in. We're going to put another 5 up just because. And like I said, guys, we got over hundreds and hundreds of gems made the day prior. So I still have 41 cut gems. Masterful Shadow Ruby's chilling. 30 Deadly Eye of the Prophecy. The rest of my quick Dawn Lights are up because of prospecting. The Pandemonites and the quick Dawn Lights are probably the most rare to pick out. And not only that, but the Dawn Lights are the quickest selling and probably the most rare kind of little combo mambos. So Masterful Shadow Ruby looks great, awesome. Deadly Eye of Prophecy looks great, 9 stacks of 1. And then our Barracuda is decent. 1 stack of 16 is undercutting it, but that will sell and we're in good shape. So more Barracuda actually just sold, even though it's not the cheapest. You guys can see here a buyer's been found for your Barracuda, that stack of 10. And a Deadly Eye of Prophecy just sold. So guys, Tuesday reset is absolutely insane. This week, as you're listening to this coffee talk, if there's any time that you can get out consumables, it needs to be today and Tuesday, Wednesday, and all week really. They're going to be selling great due to the fixes in NA, and I'm sure EU will get these soon coming up. So I hope you enjoyed this coffee talk. I love you guys to death. I will see you on my live stream, twitch.tv/itskits. We go live 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time to midnight every single night. I do not know what the equivalent is European time, but if you type in Eastern Standard Time, East Coast time, 7 p.m. at night, Eastern Standard Time, you will grab the equivalent to when I'm live. And if you just follow my live stream right now and turn notifications on my Twitch stream, you'll know every single time I go live. It'll give you an alert, and you guys can add me on all my social media, Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter. Everything is at SKITZ, ITSSKITZ. I will add you guys back immediately. If you have any questions through Snapchat, I reply daily, every morning, back to people. Hey, Skits, man, this sold on my realm, or this price, or what do I do? And I'd love to reply with video, or it's very personal. You guys are going to see me, you're going to hear me, I'm going to give you my honest advice. I want to see you guys succeed. I want to see you guys make a lot of gold. I love you guys to death. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. I don't think anybody else is giving you guys this content as a coffee talk, more of a time-consuming way to pass the time with WoW, beneficial and updated WoW material, especially for your gold grind, for the economy, to make sure you guys never have to pay for WoW with IRL money ever, ever, ever again. So I will see you guys in the next video. My short and sweet videos are up on my YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe if you have not already, and it would mean the world to me if you shared it with one of your best WoW buddies. Another Deadly Eye of Prophecy has sold as we are signing off. I will see you guys in the next video. I love you guys to death. I am out of here. Take it easy, guys. Peace.